Do you know what I think one of the most underrated techniques is? The underutilized, underexplored, underappreciated, under everything techniques is? The upkick. I don't think the upkick gets enough. What?
The upkick, man. Right.
All right.
Right.
I know this is going to get met with resistance. It doesn't possess as much value for MMA as it maybe once did. I'll explain why. It's kind of easy to address. But I think for self-defense or street fighting, I think the upkick is something that should be trained way more in most self-defense programs. Clifton is a professional MMA fighter, and I have an idea what he doesn't know what we're doing. I have an idea what he thinks about the upkick. In this video, I'm gonna cover the mechanics of the upkick, as well as some like kind of tricks and setups, actually physically how to do it, but also why it has sort of fallen out of favor and why you don't see it as much anymore in MMA. But you should probably be training it more if your focus is self-defense. For you Nimrods that think never go to the ground in a street fight, you're gonna end up on the ground. You're gonna trip and fall, you're gonna get clipped, you're gonna get taken down, whatever. No matter what happens, whenever you fall, Nate, when you fall down, what's the first order of business?
Shrimp.
What is the very first thing I need to do when I fall down? And no matter what, no matter how you fall, what is the first order of business?
Fucking post up. Shit. Look. Look up and post. What the heck, mate? I would do this.
Come here, Nate.
Find your target?
Oh my God.
Damn.
Come here, Nate.
Oh, sweaty.
Just give me like a body kick. All right. First order of business. What are you gonna do? Nope. Wrong. He went to try to get up. That's what people always do. They always try to get up. First order of business. Right? Boom. Boom. First order of business. I gotta get my feet pointed at the bad guy.
I said shrimp.
Yeah, but that's not.
Yeah.
First order of business is I gotta get my feet pointed at the bad guy. Not stand up, not get to my butt, not get a hand down, because what most people do is they'll hit the ground some kind of way, and they'll go both hands down and get, effed up or kicked or kneed or something, or the guy will just Randy Orton punt, boom, or stomp, yeah. They think, I need to get up. You don't have to get up. It's not that big a deal. I don't want to be on the ground, but that's where I am. So I've hit the ground some kind of way.
Get in my court.
I gotta point my feet at the bad guy. I have to point my feet at the bad guy. Here's the other reason people don't like to train this. Not only can we not spar it, this is burning a lot of energy to hold my head up and to stay contracted. I'm basically doing a crunch and holding it because you can't be flat. I have to keep him in the danger of my weapons to actually use them. So if he goes to circle around, right, I can use my feet to correct, or I can use them on the ground to correct, or even if he gets outside of this foot, go that way, I can use this one to correct me. All that takes a lot of, I'm using my core the whole time, right? That's tough.
Yeah.
So not only is this like physically unpleasant and difficult to train, it has limited viability in MMA. Why? Cliff is smart. Cliff is not going to get upkicked. He's either going to be all the way out, right? Or if he does get a hold of my feet, he's going to get all the way in and keep his head way back and stack me up so I never get a chance to upkick. If we're talking about self-defense or street fighting, right, the bad guys are not that savvy. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't know that he has to come in like this and like clear your legs and like use his hips to like mash you, or whatever method you have for addressing the legs. They'll kind of either do this and you can kick or shrimp or scoot away, or if your legs are giving them problems, dumb bad guys do this. They try to address the legs, and they'll address them with poor posture, and they won't be worried about the upkick until you throw one. So while it has limited application against MMA fighters, it has like amazing applications against non-MMA fighters who are just going to be doing like this and trying to get rid of your legs, and you can throw the upkick. But let's talk about actually how to throw it, because I see this thrown incorrectly all the time. A lot of times guys will they'll just throw like a temper tantrum like a baby. Watch out, move. They'll just go like this, right? That's not gonna cut it. I need to use my leg muscles, right? And actually do a bit of a glute bridge. Flex this foot, drive that, either the ball of the foot or the heel up and in, boom. It's hard to do that in sparring safely. You know, think if we were sparring, or rolling or anything. You're trying to pass my guard, right? However you would, right? And I'm throwing up kicks, right? How do we drill that safely and you actually do your stuff, right? Yeah, it's because the difference between this kick completely missing and, come here, this kick ending someone's life is just a few inches because it's literally your whole body.
You're leg pressing someone's head.
Yeah, think about it. Yeah, a leg press machine. How much? That's the most weight that you can move is the leg press.
Yeah.
Go grab that stuff.
You want the pad or the head?
Get them both.
All right.
That's kind of one reason why I like this thing is this is the All Strike from Rev Gear. It lets me sort of visualize this thing. Anytime you're using your foot on a person, the more sidewayser you can turn it, right? The more, if you have like this, you can slip off in either way. I'm not saying that you're always going to be able to do it just like this, right? But if you're going in the hip or in the leg, anytime you want to push up on someone, if you can turn it a little bit perpendicular to them, you'll have a little more grip and a little more surface area. But you can use this, give me a strong base, right? You can use this to really add elevation and power and possibly destabilize them. But one way you can drill this is you just have a guy hold a target. It doesn't have to be this, it could be a focus mitt. And he just moves around you. And you use your feet to keep them in your target area and throw a kick whenever you get good and ready, right? Right? You don't have to do it off of him. You can do it from the floor. I don't love to do it from the floor because you see if he makes a big dynamic move right now, he can pass me pretty easily. I like to keep my feet on him. The reason people don't like training this is because I have to contract so much. If I was flat, this is way easier, but as he moves around, it's harder for me to, I have more surface area. There's more of me touching the mat. Go ahead and move kind of dynamically, right? It's harder for me to be as mobile. If I crunch and he moves whichever kind of way, fast, like try to get around me, right? Try to get, right? I can keep myself like active by balling up, and less of me's on the ground. I can turn more, but you gotta have some abs to do that. But he's just gonna work around. I'm just going to throw kick whenever I'm good and ready, right? I know that lets me figure out how far away I can kick. You know, if he's a little too far, he holds it a little too high, I know I can't make that unless maybe I do that. He holds it up, hold it up, kick, lift it out of range. So like keep it up your head level, right? And then move around. And then when you give me ooh, sorry. But this lets you practice, and it won't always be the ideal angle. Like I won't always be squared up, full foot like that, right? Like maybe I might be turned a little bit like this. Now against a mixed martial artist, this is not ideal. I need to be like starting to actually secure a real guard because he's gonna pass all this shit pretty quickly. But in a self-defense situation where I might be able to discourage this guy, maybe he's not fully all in and committed yet, and if I give him one of those, maybe he fucks off a little bit, right, and gives me space to start to stand up. I think that it's underutilized in self-defense and street fighting. And I wonder, maybe it could be more valuable in mixed martial arts than... I hate when he does that. God almighty, I hate when you do that.
It's so hard not to do.
What is wrong with you?
Allergies.
You can't have allergies all year, man.
You can't.
You've done that 365 days since the day I met you.
Sorry.
Maybe the upkick is not as utilized in MMA because it's not fun to train.
It's kind of scary to hold. Like when I was holding this, I had anxiety. I'm not going to hold it like that because that's the leg press coming at me, you know.
Because the legs are so freaking dangerous and powerful.
Like I can brace for a round kick, like, hey.
Babies can fuck you up with this move.
Oh, for sure.
You put a 4-year-old on her back, and she's going to kick the shit out of you because she doesn't have to balance. I don't have to have good technique. I don't have to have great posture and presence and equilibrium and proprioception and all these other $10 words, right? I just have to be able to go, you know? That's scary. That's everything I got.
It feels just as hard as holding a tie pad. You know,
for like a full round kick.
Full round kick or a teep kick. Like, look at that.
Yeah. Dude. But maybe MMA fighters, maybe they should take some time and train this moment. You're only going to get, in an MMA fight, you're only going to get one shot at it, really.
Okay, so if they don't have this, what are they going to use?
Do a focus mitt.
Focus mitt?
Grab a focus mitt. Yeah, the head's fun. It's fun to visualize.
Yeah.
But you can just hold a focus mitt and try to hold it up a little more head height. I won't kick you in the face, I promise. All right? Oh, is that my head height? I get it. All right? And you move around any kind of way, all right? And it doesn't take much. You don't have to give it your like, you know what I mean, and kill it. Just getting used to hitting it from whatever angle. And in MMA, I'm only going to get one shot at it, probably, right? You're trying to pass my guard, and maybe I know my guard's going to get past, and I want to throw that in there and then start shoring up my actual defense, right? But if you knew that a guy was real good at this,
Yeah.
this would change the whole way that you were approaching his guard.
Oh yeah.
I just think it gets underutilized and undertrained in MMA because there's no great way to. It's too deadly to spar.
Yeah, it's something you don't. It is something you don't want to do during sparring. So it'd be kind of frowned upon. If
Yeah.
someone did that to you during sparring. So
Yeah, even
like
if.
like a spin back fist or a flying.
Yeah,
elbow.
and even if, because I've used it and I have pretty good control, where I just basically touch the guy,
Yeah.
but his life flashed before his eyes, and they get kind of mad.
And it still piss them off. So.
Yeah, and he beat the shit out of me after that. One other one you can do that's also kind of like a core movement. If you trip backwards and they fall or something like that, and so I'm going down and I know you're coming, I roll up onto my shoulders, and you get a big one.
Right.
You get more height like that. So I'm up. That guy clips me or whatever. Down I go. And I get like.
Like normally they'd probably chase you.
Yeah. And if I've not practiced that, I'm gonna miss.
Right.
Right? But if I've drilled that 1,000 times, that moment 1,000 times, clip, boom, down I go. Right? And then I go again. So this is unpleasant to train. People don't want to train this kind of stuff. Boom. You get a lot, dude. In this thing right here, if you go,
Ooh yeah.
dude, this motion, boom.
And you're doing a kip up.
It's my whole body.
Yeah.
Like you said, leg press. I love that you said that because literally that's the most power that you can output. I don't have to balance. I don't have to hold my own body up. All I have to do is use my biggest, strongest muscles, unfettered. That's awesome. I'm gonna become an upkick master. Ooh, and look, now he's rethinking, you know what I mean?
Oh, you got that little rock kick, you know.
Oh, this one. That's an awkward moment. But we see these things occasionally express themselves in MMA. You see little weird moments.
Yeah.
Just because a guy maybe like super has presence of mind and some athleticism. You know what I mean? But if you don't practice it, you're not going to be able to do it.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, that one?
That's what I was talking about.
I think that's valuable practice.
That's good.
I think it's underutilized. Comment below what you think. Do you train up kicks? If you're training self-defense and you're not training up kicks because you'll never go to the ground, I got news for you. You're going to the ground.